Have you ever looked at truly wealthy people and wondered, what's their secret? What do they know that I don't? It's a common question. And the answer isn't about winning the lottery or getting a lucky break. It's about a specific mindset, a set of principles they live by every single day. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and explore 5 powerful principles that the rich use to build and sustain their wealth. If you start applying these, you might be surprised at how your own financial future begins to transform. So, grab a notebook, because you're going to want to remember these. Let's dive right into our first principle, and it's a big one. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. What does that actually mean? For most people, the financial strategy is simple. Get a job, earn a salary, and pay the bills. You trade your time for a paycheck, but there's a limit to that. You only have 24 hours in a day. The wealthy understand this limitation. So instead of just earning, they focus on acquiring assets. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket without you having to actively work for it. Think about things like stocks that pay dividends, rental properties that generate monthly income, or a business that runs on a system even when you're not there. Their goal isn't just a high salary. It's to build a portfolio of these income-generating assets. The money from these assets then gets reinvested to buy more assets, creating a powerful compounding effect. It's like planting a money tree. At first, it's just a small seed, but with care and time, it grows and starts dropping fruit, or in this case, kashal on its own. This is the fundamental shift from an active income mindset to a passive income mindset. This leads us perfectly to the second principle. Prioritize financial education over entertainment. How many hours a week do we spend scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, or just zoning out in front of the TV? Now, imagine if you dedicated just a fraction of that time to learning about money. The wealthy are often voracious learners. They read books on investing, economics, and biographies of successful people. They listen to podcasts about market trends, attend seminars, and network with people who know more than they do. They understand that their most valuable asset is their own mind. While many people see education as something that ends with school, the rich see it as a lifelong pursuit. They know that the financial world is always changing, and to stay ahead, they need to keep learning. They'd rather spend an evening reading a company's annual report than watching the latest blockbuster. It's not that they don't enjoy leisure time, but they understand the immense value of investing in their own knowledge. This continuous learning gives them the confidence and the competence to spot opportunities that others miss. Now for our third principle, which might feel a bit counterintuitive. The rich are masters of delayed gratification. In our world of instant everything fast food, next day delivery, by dash now, dash pay, dash later waiting is a lost art. But for the wealthy, it's a superpower. When they get a bonus or a windfall of cash, their first thought isn't, what new car or fancy gadget can I buy? Instead, it's, how can I invest this to make more money? They understand the difference between a want and a need, and they're willing to sacrifice short-term pleasures for a long-term financial freedom. This means living below their means, even when their income is high. You might be surprised to learn how many millionaires drive modest cars, live in unpretentious homes, and avoid flashy designer labels. They're not being cheap, they're being strategic. Every dollar they do and spend on a depreciating liability like a luxury car is a dollar they can invest in an appreciating asset. This discipline is what builds the foundation of their wealth. It is about playing the long game and understanding that the greatest rewards come to those who are patient. This brings us to principle number 4. They embrace calculated risks. A common misconception is that wealthy people are just big gamblers who got lucky. That couldn't be further from the truth. The key word here is calculated. They don't just throw their money at every new, shiny opportunity. Instead, they do their homework. They research, analyze, and understand the potential upsides and, just as importantly, the potential downsides of any investment. They ask questions like, what's the worst case scenario and can I handle it? They diversify their investments to spread out the risk. They're not afraid to lose, because they see failure not as a disaster, but as a learning opportunity. While many people are paralyzed by the fear of losing money and keep all their savings in a low-interest bank account where it is actually losing value to inflation, the rich understand that growth is impossible without some level of risk. They take smart risks, informed risks, and that's what allows them to achieve returns that are far beyond average. They get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's where the magic happens. Finally, our fifth and arguably most important principle: the rich value their network. You've heard the saying, your network is your net worth, and it's absolutely true. Wealthy individuals intentionally surround themselves with people who are ambitious, intelligent, and successful. They understand that they are the average of the 5 people they spend the most time with. This isn't about being snobby, it's about creating an environment that fosters growth. When you're around people who are constantly talking about new ideas, business opportunities, and investment strategies, that mindset becomes your own. They build relationships not just to get something, but to create mutually beneficial partnerships. They join masterminds, attend industry conferences, and actively seek out mentors. This network provides them with invaluable advice, opens doors to exclusive opportunities, and offers support during challenging times. They know that wealth isn't built in a vacuum. It's built through collaboration, shared knowledge, and the power of a strong, supportive community. So, take a look at your own circle. Are the people around you lifting you up or holding you back? So, there you have IT5 principles that are foundational to building wealth. Let's recap. 1. Make your money work for you by acquiring assets. 2. Prioritize financial education over mindless entertainment. 3. Master delayed gratification and live below your means. 4. Embrace calculated risks instead of fearing them. And 5. Build a powerful network of like-minded individuals. These aren't complicated formulas or get-rich-quick schemes. They are habits, mindsets, and disciplines. The good news is that anyone, no matter where you are on your financial journey, can start applying these principles today. It starts with a decision to think differently about money and to take control of your financial destiny. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you found these insights valuable. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and more importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these principles resonated with you the most? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.